Good morning. Good morning. I don't know when it says you're going live and the picture's still dark. I don't know if you're live or not. And then the picture lightens and you go, oh, do I got to do that again? Fucking YouTube's so fucking stupid. All right. The other night, I think I busted a rib hopping on a goddamn security fence at the concert. I was doing that to get a couple kids some playlists. Uh, So I got them two kids picks. I got them two kids playlists. I got a retarded kid up there. He got signatures and picks and got to say hi to Happy, his favorite little guy. And all right, anyway, good time at the concert. We had a couple. I went out to check the mail and I didn't have any packages, so I only got one package open. But I remember I had to go down and let the neighbor's dog out for a little bit. So I went down and let her out for a little bit. And it's only a mile down the road, so it's not a big deal for me. I can run down the road mile, let her out on a chain, let her take a piss, chase cats, do whatever, and put her back in the house. And yeah, because I know where the key's at. Yeah. My friend John is my neighbor John, a friend of mine. He's a 82nd Airborne veteran. I think he's a first of 503rd, second of 503rd. Not sure which battalion, but yeah, 82nd veteran for what, 4 years? Do 4 years? I think he did 4 years. And I think he got out before the War on Terror, before 9/11. So, yeah. I think he went in the 80s or the 90s. He went in the 90s, got out in 94. Yeah. He was out before. He's younger than I am, much younger than I am, but damn, I got to go in and see my hair care specialist. We might be taking, let's see, this thing off. It might be long enough to be donated so I can take it off my head finally. This will stay. This will stay, but that'll go. I'll shave her right down to the head again, and then we'll start all over. It'll be another couple years before I get that much hair, and we'll see. We'll see. Camera, can I take and move that to the other side? No. Nope, can't do it. I have to do that afterwards. All right, I don't know who's going to come up, who's going to play with me or whatever, but I got mail today. My package. You see that? Saragordo County Veterans Affairs. I've been rated at 70% for years now, and they've always denied my. Well, they admit that it happened, but they won't give me anything but 10% for it. Is a skull fracture, right frontal skull fracture, and concussion. Those are on my records. But they kept me in a drug-induced coma and have the swelling on my brain go down for a couple weeks. And that was in Landstuhl, Germany. And I was transferred to Walter Reed for a couple of days, then transferred to Fort Carson for a couple of days, then back to Fort Riley where I was stationed. And that took all like 2 months to get that all done for me to get all better. But they won't give me shit for a TBI. What does TBI stand for? Traumatic brain injury. Let me see. If my brain was swelling in my head, they had to keep me in a coma for 2 weeks so the fucking swelling could go down. I think I had a brain injury. I didn't think it was traumatic. And you think you don't have any PTSD from that, huh? Fucking stupid. So we're gonna redo that paperwork. And the guy that was over, well, the lady that was over there first was an Air Force vet. She was pretty good, but she kind of gave up on the brain injury thing. And this new guy, she retired, and this new guy is a young guy. I'm not sure if he's a Iraq Afghan vet. I think he is, but he's a go-getter. He's a real go-getter, and I've had guys say good things. So I contacted him, and I got out my file, and we started going over stuff, and we're going to do it. We're going to reopen it. Yeah, at 69 years old, I'm going to reopen a case against the VA. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's hopeless or not, but we'll see. To me, it's just might be an exercise in futility again. Might not be. VA is real good about not giving you shit for anything. Move that over here. Fucking camera. Moving around that way. Well, I got take it off YouTube. I got another strike. Because I had this thing in my hand. That's in my hand now. You can't see it, but the only difference is before you could see it. Unloaded, slide lock back, slide lock forward, show you fucking how to safely operate it. And I was going over pocket pistols, small pistols you can carry in your pocket, and nobody sees them. You know, like in dress pants, your Sunday go to meeting pants, without having a big bulgy holster on your side or in your appendix. Anyway, that's what I was trying to go over, but I had moved some things around in the description and whatever. No, it's not for kids, restricted to 18 and over. No this, no that, and no, it's not some other copyright or what. All of that shit, and it doesn't matter if you have a private channel like I have right here talking to you guys. Terms of your agreement just says you can't show weapons, show anybody handling weapons. So I can't handle them and show you. That's just, hey, Gremlin, how are you, dear? I got to move my camera over so I can see the chat. I got you guys sitting in front of my chat. There we go. We'll put you over there so I can see my chat. Hi, Chew. How are you, buddy? So, yeah, I was banned from YouTube for, well, I wasn't banned. He just got a little strike or a little slap on the hand. I don't even think they gave me a strike. But I couldn't go live for a couple of days. All right. No biggie. As long as they let me go live again, I'm fine with it. There's just no way I can show you guys weapons without just laying them on the table and showing them to you. I can't touch them at all, period. I can't touch them at all. All right, so we found that out. Anyway, I got that package from my VA rep, and we're going to go over that package and resubmit my stuff to the VA for my traumatic head injury. And we got one package open today. What did I put up there for a thumbnail today? That was another Lita Ford concert. Yeah, another Lita Ford concert, outdoor concert. I just went to one this last week. I went to go see Hairball, which is a regional band, and that's my last video. I showed you the T-shirts and all that stuff, and I was on stage waving flags, and I'm still trying to get the fucking video and the stills uploaded to YouTube. It's hard. I can't get them off my phone. And then I downloaded them to a file on a computer so I could put them over on YouTube, and now I can't find the goddamn thing. When I'm trying to put them on YouTube, then I can't find them. If I'm not trying to put them on YouTube and I just search for them, then I can find them. They're in my downloads. Gary's downloads. You think I can find them when I want to put them on YouTube? Can't. They're not there for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. And then I have my phone plugged in the computer, and so the computer shares the files on my phone. And I try to take some pictures off of my phone and put them on YouTube. I've done it before. They just won't let me do it now again. So I'll keep trying on posts. I'll see if I can get that fucking thing done. I didn't see anybody on today, so I just decided we're going to come up and do this. I've had this package for a couple of days. This is from Big T, last auction. And we're going to open it up. I don't think I got too much. I got a few coins in there, but I don't know what I found there. I did find something, but the one, there you go. Yeah, what is that? An Angry Warrior tackle box, little knife. Look how little that is compared to my hand. I call this little guy Eversharp. Now it will eventually become dull, but we're gonna open this one up from Big T. See what we got. I don't know. We got something. I just don't know what. Uh-oh. Come on, you. Yeah. And goddamn thing keeps slipping out of there. Yep. All right. What do we got? Oh, shit. I might have got something. Uh-oh. What I have here? No, we're going to cancel that. Okay. Dat be it. Whatever dat is. I don't know what dat is, but. Oh, I know what I did. I won third place, second place in the giveaway, in the buyer's giveaway at the end. So I did win. What did I win? I won. Like a George Washington gram of gold. Or gram of silver, sorry, gold, yeah. Come on. Why is this thing always? There we go. Little gram of silver. Little waffle back. Always wants to focus on something that's in the rear. Always wants to do that. But that's okay. And then what else did I get? I got a golden. This is Willard Fillmore. I got a Willard Fillmore golden dollar. Presidential dollar. Millard Fillmore. Now there's a name, Millard. Hasn't been used in years. And this actually has a seal on the capsule for some reason. Don't know why. I got that, and I got a 40% Ike. 1976 Eisenhower. Come on, you. There, you just gotta hold it closer, that's all. And that was my second place win. That was my second place buyer's win. If you don't know, Big T has a race at the end of the stream just for buyers. And I don't really want to take this off of this cardboard, but I think I bought this because nobody was buying. Return to Monticello nickel. And it's got 2 nickels in there, plus a little card. And this is really wrapped up good, so I don't really want to take it off of the cardboard, unwrap it. But the 2 nickels are, and let me get my old eyes here. Old eyes, see, old eyes. Got a 2006, looks like a Washington, what's it say? A 2006 nickel and a 2006 nickel. It almost look like Jefferson or Adams. It's not George Washington, but I don't know who they are. And it's got, let's see, Monticello. Who is in Monticello? Jefferson. Yeah, I thought it looked like Jefferson. So it's got 2 nickels on there, and it's got the little card, and it's got something behind it. Maybe I should take. All right. You talked me into it. Hi, Seth. What are you doing, buddy? I'm going to take it off of the cardboard. I can rewrap it with cellophane, I guess, but I didn't really want to do it, but I'm going to do it. Oh, it's even got a stamp on it. Great. I got rid of a whole bunch of these. Yeah, it's an envelope and it's got the card on it. And let's see. I think we got one from the Denver Mint, Philadelphia Mint. Yep. And then the postal stamp on it is January 12th, 2006. Charlottesville Station, Charlottesville, Charlottesville, Virginia. Westward Journey Nickel Series. Wonderful. I sent a whole bunch of these to a different coin dealer. And then I'll probably send this one out also. Upside down. I'll send that one to him too, more than likely. But all right, let's put that back in there. And then I'll retape that onto the cardboard like that. I'll just retape it. And there we go, man. That's what we got. Well, that's kind of neat. I don't know why I bought it. I think I bought it because it was so cheap nobody wanted it. But yeah, what the heck, man? I'll take it, I guess. You know me, I'm a cheap bastard. If it ain't cheap, I ain't buying it. Except for gold. I will pay good money for gold. But I will not. And then I got all this stuff. I got all that stuff just for buying the thing. So what the hell? I mean, that was all right. I can live with that. I can actually live with that. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you guys all heard, I hope, that Joe Durbin is home. And he's doing well. He will not have a auction tomorrow because he's still having to get down to the basement, so he's got to go down the stairs to do the auction because that's where his office is at down there and his workshop. But he's working on it, so hopefully by Monday he'll be able to go downstairs. And what it is, just you go in for surgery, and especially a pacemaker. He had a pacemaker installed. Um, your legs get a little weak, your muscles are a little weak, and your equilibrium's off a little bit. So I hope he's got a handrail on the stairs going down the basement. That helps a lot. I got one on mine. And the only one I don't have is right over here on this addition we put on the house. We have a stairs going downstairs there also. We do not have a handrail there. And that one's going to get a handrail one of these days. But the old stairs goes down from the kitchen. That one's got a handrail on. And that's the one I use most of the time because I need a handrail. Because I don't walk downstairs like normal people because my foot doesn't bend. So I put 1 foot down and then the next one. 1 foot down and the next one. 1 foot down and the next one. So I kind of stump down the stairs. I'm like a pirate that way. My foot's still there, but it's just like a peg leg. So just what it is, man. Sometimes I think a peg leg would have been less of a pain in the ass to walk with. Because I can't walk up and downhill like normal people can. I have to sidestep the hill. So if I'm out in the woods and there's any of this shit, then I have to sidestep. So it is what it is. You get used to it, you know. It's not a big deal. What I think, and the thing we had to talk about today, we got a package open and we talked about the VA stuff, but what I want to talk about is coming up and streaming with you guys. See, I don't do StreamYard. I mean, if you invite me up on a StreamYard, I can come up and join you, but I don't do StreamYard. I don't know how to operate it. I suppose I could if I just practiced at it, but I'm going to put some stuff down here on the floor. But I'm going to move the camera a little bit. You see all the stuff on the table, right? And we've raced it a little bit. I've been up on a few streams, the major streams, I call them, with Meg and who else? Meg and Snoopy and Angry a couple, 3 times. I don't get invited up as much because I don't do the typey and load races and all that stuff. So I'm kind of a hanger on, kind of a pain in the ass. So I don't get invited up that much. I do get invited up on Gingers because I provide comic relief for Ginger, and kind of like Oregon to Steve Looking for Silver, kind of like that. But I really after the little incident with Steve Looking for Silver and Oregon and the thing with Brad and RC and that little thing, I hadn't been going over to Brad's much at all, or RC's or Silver Selling Machine. But I think I'm going to start going over there again to the Silver Selling Machine, and because I have a good relationship with her, and start coming up on her channel. The thing was that I'd be racing silver, and because people didn't know me that well, I wasn't one of the majors, or that I started racing silver just to get people interested in races for $4 or $5, $3 a time, and I actually making no money, actually be losing money after I ship stuff. So I think I have decided that I'm not going to try and come up on anybody's stream anymore. And then I'll just put a lot of this silver away. And I mean, I'll be up on the streams in chat, but I just won't be erasing stuff. Probably. I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind. See, the thing is that I don't have a mint that I'm associated with. Like Meg has her mint that she's associated with up there because it's close to her, Mutiny. And other people have Reckless that they're associated with. They have a good working relationship with them. And maybe I should do that. There is one mint or one pour that, besides Ginger, that I would like to highlight. And maybe I can do some wholesale work with them. But the thing is, when you do this, you have to make some money. I mean, doing it for fun, I like doing it. It's fun. But you can't give silver away and you can't not make some money doing this because it does take time. And you do have silver that you paid for. And then you got shipping on top of that. So, you know, yeah, does it sound like I'm whining a little bit? Yeah, whining a little bit, I guess. And if I had some of my military guys here, that's what they'd tell me. Quit your fucking whining and get on with it. All right, so I'll get on with it. But we might change things up a little bit. Yes, I know that, Mrs. Coin Crew. And I've been doing this long enough now, almost 2 years, that I see how things are divided, how things shift, what the hierarchies are. And, you know, it's like being in high school almost, or in college. You have your fraternities, and you got these kids, the cool kids you hang out with, and you got the troublemakers you hang out with, or whatever, you know. Yeah, cliques. That's exactly what it is, cliques. But, and I had at one time just thought to myself, you know, I'm going to quit racing because what silver I do get, I'm spending twice as much for as if I would just buy stuff. So now I don't race as much as I used to. I'll race a little bit, but not much. And just if I see something on somebody's table, I'll email them and say, hey, you want to sell it? Take it down. I'll buy it. Oh, I'm sure it has. I talked to Kiwi. He's been on for 4 years now. And I talked to him a lot. I talked to him last night. I was up till 2, actually, talking to him last night. And he said the same thing. It's changed a lot over the last 4 years that he's been on. And I've only been going on 2 now. So, yeah, I guess that's what it is. But I haven't found my lane yet. That's what it is. I haven't found my lane to stay in. I have made some good friends on this clique, that clique, whatever. And I've made some pretty good friends. Haven't met them. Just like you. I haven't met you. But I consider you and Keith a friend. Yeah, and you'll lose friends. I understand that. I hate to see that happen, but it does happen. But if you lost them simply because you're doing this and not doing that, were they really that good a friend to start with? You know? It's like I thought I had a friend up here. He would come up and shoot all the time, and he had some big ideas about trapping. And and he bought traps, and I took him out. I showed him how to set, where to set, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, well, I can't check them every day. So, well, you have to check them every day. That's the law, dude. And to be fair and kind to your animals, you have to check traps every day. You can't just let animals set in traps until you're ready to check them. You got to check them every day, sometimes twice a day. He couldn't do that. He was relying on me to check his traps. No, I'm not going to do that. That should have been my first clue. So after that first year, I said, nope, I ain't doing that anymore. Take your traps, sell them, do whatever, but I'm not fucking checking your traps for you. Then he had this idea, because I have I got 80 acres of woods out here I can play with, because it's my father-in-law's, and he doesn't farm it anymore. He just owns it. I have a brother-in-law that and his son that farms it. But I got complete control, well, kind of control, but free run of that woods and whatever. So, I got 80 acres to play with. Well, he wanted to, this friend of mine wanted to put a restriction on antler size for a couple of years, just see if we could grow bigger deer. All right, well, we did that. And yeah, we grew a couple of bigger deer, not a whole bunch. And we didn't change the dynamics really. I mean, we put out food plots, we did this. I was the one putting out the food plots. His idea, but I'm putting out the food plots and spending my money for seed and gas and doing whatever with the tractor. That should have been my second clue right there. The third clue was the other people in our hunting group, in our deer hunting group, didn't like him for some reason. I couldn't see it, but they did. Should have been my third clue. And then the one day he come up and he was whining and crying because he had just lost his job. He's married to another veteran, actually. He's still in the reserves. His wife was, she was an Iraq veteran. She was overseas during the War on Terror. And when she come back, they got married. And they had one kid and young girl, and he had just lost his job, couldn't make his payment on his fucking mortgage. I took some cash out of my safe. I got $1,900. I said, pay your mortgage, pay your bills until you get a new job. I said, I know you'll pay me back. So he took it. I've only seen him one time since then in 2 years. He came up here. I called him, told him I got to go out to Philadelphia for my daughter's wedding. I need some money. Give me $600 out of that $1,900 you owe me. So he came up here to give me cash. I haven't seen him since fucking then. I've left a couple of text messages on his phone. Just ghosted me. Still owes me $1,300. You think I'm ever going to see it again? Doubt it. I doubt it. Let me get this camera out of the way of that chat. God damn. Oh, I haven't seen too many haters, but there are some. I haven't really seen them. And trolls, yeah, a few here and there, but if you make me a mod on your channel, I can hit them pretty quick. Because they come on, make a comment, I click on their name, go to their channel. They got, their channel's been up for maybe less than a year. They have no content. I go back to the stream, boom, put them in timeout for 5 minutes until we figure out what we want to do with them, and then boom, they're gone. Yeah, YouTube can be a lifesaver. I'm not, I bitch about YouTube, especially their community policies about guns. That one really pisses me off, but I can see where you don't want somebody handling a gun and being a dumbass, boom, shoot themselves live on camera. I can see that. Or there are people who will come on and do that just for the fame. They're dead, but just for the fame. I can see that. But if you have a person like me who comes on and demonstrates gun safety, problems with guns, because I am an armorer, a gunsmith, and I show you some problems with guns, how to fix them, and but evidently YouTube can't differentiate between the two, so just put on that broad community guideline, and there you go. Everybody's got to follow it. I just don't know how the GunTube channels can be on YouTube and do what the GunTube channels do, but evidently they're not a basic channel like I am. They're a paid, and they have ads and whatever, ad revenue and all that. So maybe that's it. But I'm not going to pay YouTube for the privilege of coming up and sharing with you guys my thoughts. If I had a business, a gun business, then I could probably do that. It would make more sense. Maybe you can't do guns live. Maybe you just have to video them and then upload the video. I don't know. I will try that next and see if that works. But I don't think you can do it on a free channel like this is. I think you have to have a paid business, blah, blah, blah. So, whatever, we'll see. I'll try again. And we'll upload a video if I can figure out how to upload the fucking videos off my phone. Well, I wonder, okay, if you upload a video and they'll hold it and look at it and see if there's anything on there that they want to ban it for. If not, then they let it go. I can see that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't prevent things on live stream. That's kind of what my thinking is. But we'll see. I'll do a video and I'll try and get the damn videos to upload. I'm trying to upload a video from the concert the other night where I was on stage waving the flag. I can't get that done. So I don't know what the hell the deal is. Gremlin, you started out by doing coin roll hunting live. I think maybe that has the content of the coin community has changed, or the direction. There are still some people doing coin roll hunting. I can see where that was a big thing years ago. But I went to my bank and I asked the teller, I said, are there a lot of people who coin roll hunt? I mean, they'll order a box of 50-cent pieces, and then, 2 or 3 days later, then they'll turn them all in again. She said, yeah, there's a lot of people doing that. And this is just in a little town of 4,000 people, it's just a branch bank. So I can see, well, when I got into it, when I got into this a couple years ago, then it was racing for coin, racing for silver. And I don't see, I think I can see now it's going more to auctioning. I see more auctioning now. So maybe it's going that way. You can't get boxes of coins even as a business, really? I can go to the bank and order them. I have to order them, though, and they'll have them a couple days later. But I can get them, and it depends. Like when I went to the bank, I asked them for the paper rolls, so I could roll coins. And she gave me a whole bunch of dime, nickel, quarters. I said, you got any penny rolls? She said, we don't have penny rolls in. We don't roll pennies. Really? So I went to she told me to go to Dollar General. So I went to Dollar General and they have you buy the whole set. So I did that. Because my wife and daughter and me were sitting there going through coins one night, trying to get my daughter interested in it. And I showed her what a Mercury dime looks like, or a Roosevelt dime, or Indian head pennies, or old pennies that are copper instead of zinc. What Canadian coins look like in your change. You know, just all of that stuff. Kennedy halves, and what year Kennedy halves are 40, what years are 90s. And so we sat there for a few hours one night just going through change. And I had a whole bunch of pennies, so I just decided to roll them. And your bank won't order them for you at all? Well, what about, like my bank, if you're going to do a transaction for $2,000 cash, you can't do it through the drive-in. You have to go inside the bank. Okay. And they'll have it. I said, what about if I want $9,000 under the IRS limit of $10,000, but they say I want $9,500 cash. Can I get that? She said, yes, you can get that, but it'll take 2 days to get it here. So the bank doesn't even have that much money. They can do a $2,000 transaction, but they can't do a $9,000 transaction. Either they don't have it or it takes them out of too much cash. Now, does that tell you how safe your banking system is? Let's say you went and put $10,000 into your bank. It's gone the next day. It's gone because it went to the Fed facility closest to you, that bank. And for me, it's Kansas City or Chicago. Kansas City. I think it's the Kansas City Fed. And it goes there. So why can't they keep enough cash at the bank to cover all deposits? Just in case there was a run on the bank, everybody came and said, give me my money. The bank would have to close its doors and say, no, come back in a couple days, because then they would get the money from the Fed. Why can't the banks keep enough cash to cover deposits? They got a vault. Are they so afraid of being robbed? I mean, the police station in my little town from the bank is 2 whole blocks. Now, 1 whole block. So you're trying to tell me that if somebody's robbing the bank with the sophisticated alarm system that they have and a sophisticated vault that they have, that they can't be there in time to prevent the robbery? That doesn't make too much sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. That's why I don't keep any money in the bank as far as savings go. All of my savings, I either keep here in cash or it's all silver and gold. And then if I get more gold here, or not silver so much, but I got a monster box of silver in a commercial vault. And I'm getting another monster box here pretty quick, so I'm gonna have to ship that one to the vault. But if I get more than, say $5,000-6,000 worth of gold that I've bought, then that goes to the vault also. I don't keep that much here, but I keep enough here to trade back and forth, because I will trade. Second chance, I traded her a germaniogram in the square little capsule, and it had the blue little hologramic thing on it. I traded her that for that Coca-Cola half-gram bar at $45. And at the time, that was a good deal. We both got our money's worth. I have another one of those gold grams, Germania gold grams in the square little. I had two of them, so I sold one or traded one off. I didn't have uh, the Coke bottle bar, so I mean it's all gold, but and then what I tuck away just as normal that I don't trade or is Canadian Maple Leafs, 10th ounces, American Gold Eagles, 10th ounces, and I will sell or trade my Money Metals Exchange Liberty 10th ounces. That's their proprietary 10th ounce bullion coin. That one is non-numismatic, so that one I'll trade or sell. But the Maple Leafs and the Gold Eagles, the 10th ounce, I keep those. They don't go anywhere. So you guys kind of get my philosophy. I don't really collect anything except or Canadian stuff. Really, I don't collect anything except Canadian. I have a collection of different stuff from the Perth Mint, but it's all P125, the 125th anniversary of Perth Mint. And it's got to have the P125 stamp on the coin or bar or whatever. I have a collection of that stuff, but that's it. I don't have a collection of anything else. And when I get enough of that, then I'll probably maybe put that up for a big raise. But that stuff is might be worth something in the future because it's an anniversary coin, commemorative. So those, yes. But I thought at one time I would try and collect all the sovereign nation coins. I thought maybe I would collect, what else was I thinking? Kooks or Mexican silver, old Mexican silver. Then all of a sudden that takes off in interest. I'm like, fuck it. I'll trade it off and buy cheaper silver or cheaper gold. And that way I'm ahead, hopefully. But if I'm stacking silver, I'll try to get the cheapest goddamn silver I can get in 10-ounce bars and put it away. Same thing with gold. If I'm just stacking gold, the cheapest shit I can get. Gold is gold. Silver is silver. Doesn't make any difference. Once you melt it down, it's all the same. But if I'm collecting for a reason, like numismatic 10th ounce gold pieces, then it's Maples and Gold Eagles. If it's silver, then it's ASEs, Maples, Libertads, if I can get them. I don't get them anymore because everybody wants them. Britannias, Philharmonics, Krugerrands, or Kangaroos. Depending on which one's cheaper. I will take all of those and put those away. I won't trade those off. I especially like Philharmonics. I like the design. I like everything about Philharmonics. A lot of people don't. But generally, Philharmonics are the cheapest. So I will buy them. I don't know how many tubes of those I got now. 2-3 tubes of Britannias. I don't have that many Krugerrands. But I have that many Kangaroos. I do have that many Maples. And I'm starting to get my ASEs back. I told you guys at one time I sold 351 ASEs. It's almost a monster, right? It's 14 tubes or something like that, 14 and a half, to finance the down payment on my daughter's house. But that's what we save it for, to use it. It's a savings account. I don't well, I do collect in case the whole financial system burns to the ground. Yeah, okay. I got some 90% silver for that. But I can't think of any other reason to stack other than price will go up. But the price is not going to go up that much in your lifetime to make a difference. It'll be your kids or your grandkids' lifetime. So that's what we're collecting it for, is saving, is leaving it to them. Right? Right. Everything's going to be left to them. Somebody else must be on right now. We're at 50 minutes. Somebody else must be on. I should go look and see. You guys just stay here for a minute. I'm going to look and see, and I'll continue to talk. But I'm going to look and see if anybody else is on. Oh, Nash is on. Shit. Sorry, I don't want to cut into Nash's time. And I think Farmer is on. He might be on right now. I don't know. No, he's live in 3 hours, so. But Nash is on right now. So maybe we want to head over there. I don't know. Nash just went on? Okay. GSF has been on? My notification says live in 3 hours. What the hell? Farmer's done. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, hell, I don't want to stomp on anybody's toes, so if you guys want to go to Nash, and I'll end this real quick. Oh, he had a preview stream. Okay, good. Woo. I don't want to stomp on his live. Evidently, that was a preview stream, Gremlin. Because my notification says live in 3 hours, so that might be the auction then. But Nash is on, so if you guys want to go to Nash, let's go to Nash's. Should we do that? I don't know how to pin the goddamn thing. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. If you want to talk to me, that's fine, but I'm not talking really about anything that's important. It's nothing earth-shattering or anything. All I can tell you is yesterday we got one hell of a spring snowstorm. I mean, 3 to 4 inches deep of wet, heavy snow. I mean, it was just cold enough to snow, but not cold enough to freeze the ground underneath it. I mean, it blew 35, 40 miles an hour, made little drifts in the yard, made the roads damn near impassable. And then my wife got a call because she's an EMT, and she was on call last night. I was out putting wood in the fire. I had the truck running, and she comes on and says, "Want to do me a favor? Take me to the accident?" I said, "All right, hop in, get your shit, let's go." Well, we were about a mile down the road, and he got the call and says she didn't have to come because somebody else was already there. Oh, good. I don't want to drive down that highway another 8 miles to accident site. Oh, okay. I didn't know Farmer had a daughter. Really? Thank you, Gremlin, for coming. Yes, I would go say happy birthday also. I didn't know he had a daughter. Is he married or not married? I don't know. All I know is that he was moving to Upper Michigan from wherever he was located, and that's where he's at now. He must be up there by Coin Crew up there someplace. Oh, Nash's daughter. Okay, sorry. Boom. Hit me in the head. Fucking slap me. Bam. Nash's daughter. All right. There you go. I gotcha. Thank you, Gremlin, for kicking me in the ass. Yes, those squirrels are real, aren't they? And you know what? This is Coin Crew. Oh, shit. I don't know if you're watching or just listening, but this almost looks like a squirrel, doesn't it? but it's not. It's a beaver. It's a beaver. He's saying hi to you. And he's got those neat little ears too. See? They lay down against his head, but he's got those neat little ears too. That's Muskie. Muskie the beaver. Because he's made out of muskrat fur. That's exactly right. It looks like a beaver. I had him downstairs for many, many years on my gun safe. And when we started doing that beaver thing, and I sent Meg that other beaver coin that I had, and I bought 4 of those. I think I bought 4 of those from Farmer, actually, or Tuli. And so I sent one to Meg, and I still got 3 of them. I put one on my table, and then I had my beaver. The first one we got was that goofy looking thing with a finger. It's holding that finger. And we started making jokes about beavers. Well, then I got those other ones. So I put that one up. And then we started naming them. And then I had one out in my safe, that Canadian beaver. So I put that one up. So I had those 3 beavers. Then I got Muskie. I got him from downstairs and put him up here. I think we're done with beavers now. I'm pretty sure. We got to find something else to play with and make fun of for a while. I don't know what we're going to do. Because I had the bears up here for a while. I had a whole bunch of bears up here. Maybe I should do wolves. I have a whole bunch of wolf coins, and I have a wolf thing up on my gun case up here. Maybe we should start doing teddies. But no, I didn't even think about it. When we were doing bears, I had this bear over there, and I didn't even put him up. I should have, but I didn't. But no, the wolf I have a whole bunch of wolf coins from Canada, but I have this wolf thing right here too. It stands up. See, it just stands up or it lays down, but it's got this flat piece right here, and it stands up, and that's up on my gun case. So maybe we'll just do wolves from now on. I don't know. We did bears. We did bears. We did beavers. You see them over there now? I got them both on the table. Bears and beavers. Or we could do that snowman that's sitting right back there on top of that heater. We could do snowmen. I don't know. Or maybe we could do turkeys. Like that guy right there. We could do turkeys. I don't know. We got all kinds of stuff we could do. I mean, it's not like we've run out of ideas. We do have things. And it has to be kind of something that everybody has. So. And we'll think of something that's new and different and we can make fun of. I don't know. I like the beaver thing was just hilarious. I mean, I never laughed so hard. Meg makes me laugh so freaking hard, man. And then the other night, Susan was just making me my stomach was hurting, man. I forget what it was we were laughing about, but man, oh man, that was funny. And that's why I like streams when they're funny like that. it's just, that's why I like going to Meg when she's up with somebody or on her own channel, because man, oh man, I've never laughed so. I woke my wife up one night, laughed so hard. I had my headset on, and so I can't hear how loud I am. My wife, you see that gun case right there in the piano? Her bedroom's on the other side of that wall. So if I make a noise out here, even if I'm doing live and trying to hold the volume down, she can still hear it, and she still works full day. So I hate waking her up. It's like I didn't know if she was home one night, and I didn't go out and check see if the car was in the garage. I just went to her bedroom because her door was open. I just flicked the light on off real quick, just on off like that. And I came out here and sat back down. She got up out of bed, came out here and said, "What in the fuck are you doing? Flicking the light on?" Well, I didn't know if you were home, and I didn't think that would bother you too much. She said, "Well, it did." I said, "Well, you weren't really asleep then, were you?" So, yeah, kind of got to be careful about how loud I am. And that one night I was laughing so fucking hard that she came out. "What are you doing?" "Ooh, sorry." I'm not really, but no, I went down and let Holly out for a little bit and see if I could play with his cats. He's got just a ton, probably 20 cats that he feeds up on his, and they just breed like rats down there. And I tried to see if I could get one to come to me, but they're wild as shit. And I need another cat up here. So I was looking for one, see if I could find one that would come to me. I wanted to get petted, but cats are weird. Cats have to choose you. You don't choose a cat. A cat chooses you. Remember that. Here, let me put this right there. So I'm actually more looking at you like anything. A cat chooses the human. Humans don't choose cats. If you do, and the cat then doesn't like you, guess what? You're going to have a rough life. Dogs, on the other hand, they understand more so. Cats are just weird creatures. But like my cat, she was a year and a half old. My Turnip, I call her Turnip because not because she's a vegetable, but because she turned up at the right time, and I was in the right mood for a cat. And we had the door open on my shop. It was the middle of the winter, and I was in there working on knives. I had to open the door to get the fumes out of there, and that cat walked into my shop. I said, "What are you doing?" And I think I told this story before, but I had a hog liver in the freezer out there in my refrigerator. I have a refrigerator in my shop just to keep cold water, beer, when I drank beer, whiskey, pop, all that stuff in there. Now it's just pop and water, but I took that hog liver out, and she was so hungry, and that hog liver was froze. She sat there and gnawed on it until it started to thaw around the edges. Then she started to eat around the edges. And I closed the door, and that cat stayed. It was a year and a half old. I know that because in the spring, and I left her in there because it's heated, and I gave her a poopy box, a litter box, and I fed her and watered her in there, and she had a place to sleep, little bed. And so she just stayed in there all winter. And I would come out, open the door, and she could go outside if she wanted to. or leave if she wanted to. But she would always come back in. And so I just leave her. And that's where she stayed. She still stays in there over the winter. I'll let her out every day, but she stays in there at night. She feeds in there. The cat is what? 8 years old now? Something, 10 years old, something like that. And I figured she needed a buddy. So I knew she was a year and a half old because that spring, when I let her out, she got pregnant. Uh-oh. I don't want any kittens. Took her up to the vet. We got rid of the kittens. We had her fixed. She came back to my place. Great cat ever since. Great, 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 great cat. Loves me to death. Wants a good half hour of cuddles every day. Where is she now? I leave her outside last night or put her in a shed. Because it started to get spring when it stays warm out at night. I just let her out. She just stays out at night. And then I go back down the shed in the morning, open the door, and do my whatever I'm doing down there. And she'll come in and eat and get her cuddles, and then she's out again. But yeah, she remembers when she was a kitten, and she would curl up in my right arm right here. And to this day, I don't know how much she weighs. My vet says she put on a pound over the winter, so she's got to cut down on her food, I guess. But she still wants to crawl in my arms as a 12-pound cat or whatever and cuddle, stick her arm up in my armpit and cuddle up in here for a half hour. It's a good cat, man. And then when she's had enough cuddling, she gets down and goes. I like her. She's a good cat. Real good cat. And I'm not a cat guy. I've had 2 cats that I really like. What was my other cat? Patches. She was a tricolor calico also, but a different color of tricolor. She wasn't a tortoise shell like this one is. Oh yeah, cats all have different personalities. Just like dogs do. Dogs have different personalities. Cats, it seems like it's more evident. But I like my cat. Now, Patches was a real tricolor, and she had half of one ear frozen off. It got injured or whatever, but it froze off. And she was a good cat. I have a picture of her on one of my thumbnails with me smoking a cigar and Patches up on my shoulder. And she just went away and died. I don't know where she went. Never found her carcass. I have no clue. Just one week she didn't show up, and that was it. And so I was without a cat for a while. And then Turnip showed up in my life, and I got a cat again. But that tells you how many wild cats are around here. There are just amazingly amount of wild cats around here. And we're getting to the point where we're like Australia, you're going to have to put a bounty on wild cats because they just, if they stuck to mice and moles and shrews and 13-line striped gophers and stuff like that, it'll be okay. But they kill a lot of songbirds too, ground nesting birds, especially little songbirds that are nesting in the ditches and weeds and stuff. So, yeah, in Australia, they are overrunning the place. That's why they got to get rid of them. They're bad on the wildlife. But that happens with anything that you don't manage and take care of. That's like the population of deer. White-tailed deer, if you don't hunt them, will take over and destroy farmers' fields. And up here in Iowa, the farmers hold sway over the legislature. So anything the farmers want, they get, basically. So that's how we have, well, and deer, if they get too many too close together, because deer are definitely a herd animal, but not a large herd, not like buffalo. They're a small herd, 12, 14 deer in a herd. That's what you get. And those are does and fawns. The bucks stay separate until breeding season, and then they're gone after that. But what'll happen is you'll get chronic wasting disease will get transmitted from one to another. How? Because they touch noses. That's how that happens. And nature will take care of an overpopulation. And it's not pretty when nature takes care of it. Now, if man takes care of it and controls population, we do it by regulated hunting or trapping or fishing or whatever. And then those animals can be put to good use. But if they get a disease or some sickness or bug or something out in the wild, they just die out in the wild. I don't know if you've ever seen a deer that has chronic wasting disease in its final stages, but it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty at all. Yeah, I know. Tomcats are pretty good. I had a tomcat one time that would hunt rabbits also. Not full grown, but baby rabbits. He would go out and get them in nests when they were young. No, it wasn't a tomcat. That was my black cat. I had a black cat. God, that cat was great. She killed pigeons. I don't know how she climbed steel beams, but there were pigeons that, see, there used to be a roll-up door in one side of my shed, but we walled that off. I left the header up there, though. And that cat, I don't know if it jumped or if it climbed, but it's got to be 8 foot, 7, 8 foot. Would skinny up that thing and would get over there and kill a pigeon that was nesting up there. God, she was a great cat. I don't know where she went to either. And I keep the shed door closed because I don't want the pigeons in there. I would like to keep the shed door open, but I'm going to kill them pigeons. Damn, they shit all over everything. And it's not bad killing pigeons because I like to eat pigeon. Pigeon breast is some of the best eating there is. It's like quail breast, pigeon breast, quail breast, with dumplings and stew. Oh, I haven't made any of that in a long time. I'm gonna have to make some more of that. Oh, that was another thing. Yeah, I had some pigeon breasts in the freezer when I took that cat. Turnip ate that whole hog liver. I think it took her 8 days to eat that whole thing. And I don't know how you know how big a hog liver is, but it's this big around and that thick. She ate that whole damn thing. And then I didn't have anything else. Oh, yes, I did. I had some pigeon breasts up there. I think I had 8 pigeons. So there were 16 breasts. So I started taking them out and feeding her. And I finally went to Dollar General and got some dry food, cat food. And then I got some wet food in cans. I get the 77-cent stuff on special. She likes it, so what the hell? It's good for her. She puts on weight. It's good. It's all good. So she gets dry food and some wet food every once in a while, but dry food all the time. And whatever she wants to go out and hunt. And a lot of times what she'll do is she'll kill something, like a mole, a shrew, a mouse, or whatever. She will bring it up to my shop if I'm sitting there and bring it inside and put it down by her bowl, her food bowl. I said, what are you going to do with that now? She looks at me like, see what I brought you? And then I asked her, what are you going to do with it now? And she sits there and she eats it. That cat is so smart, man. She's brought birds up. She's brought mice up. She's brought shrews up, or moles. One of them they won't eat. The other one they'll eat partially. I don't know if they stink or they don't taste good or what, but they'll still kill them. And she brings them up to the shop, lays them by her food bowl. And if I'm not there, she lays them by the door until I get down there. Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much. Now what are you going to do with it? And then she'll bring it in the shop and eat it by her food bowl. Just amazing. Amazing. I swear that cat understands when I talk to her. When I talk to her, I'm not talking as loud as when I'm talking to you. I talk in a lower voice. I talk to her like this. And I think it replicates purring in another cat. Yeah. Look, Dad, I brought you a gift. They are good. They are good that way. I think she equates my talking to her like purring when she's doing her cuddles. And then when I tell her she's a good cat or a good turnip, she looks at you and then she just rubs on you. And I think she understands a few words. She does understand out. I think she understands good cat. Good. I think she understands that. There are certain words that I think they understand, just like a dog understands certain commands. And I believe you can train a cat. Take some different training methods, but you can train a cat. So, yeah, they're kind of neat. All right. Sunday, Mrs. Coin Crew, you guys going to have an auction? Because I think Ida will be done on Saturday. And then I won't be there for the whole auction on Saturday, depending on what time they get done, because I have another concert coming up on Saturday night. I have a Jackal concert to go to Saturday night, and I am going to be in line 2 hours ahead of door opening for that one, because I want to be right up front. I've seen Jackal 2 or 3 times, and I know you guys that go out to South Dakota doing the bike ride thing. You're going to be solo next Sunday? Oh, we're going to have fun then. Oh, we're going to have fun then. Do we plan on having any gold? Or is that a Keith thing? And tell Keith he's got to get some Grammys of platinum and palladium also. You know, we've done some platinum, and I bought some platinum, but I would like to get another gram of palladium. But I understand you got to have come into the shop in order to sell it. So, yeah, I need 1 more gram of palladium, at least 1 more gram. Because everything I have, I want divisible by 3. I have 3 daughters, and they're all going to divide stuff equally when I die. And I have 2 grams of palladium, and I need 1 more. Maybe I'll get 3 ounces of palladium, and then that'll be it. Or 6 or 9 or 12, I don't know. Palladium was one of those metals that I started late on. We all know about platinum. We all know about gold. So, yes, I have some platinum, and I've got my gold, and I got my silver. But palladium, yeah, I'll take a chance on a little palladium. It's like I don't have much platinum, but I have some. As a matter of fact, I even sold some gold to buy platinum. Now, I wished I had gone the other way. But I will keep it the way it is right now, I think. If gold takes a dip again, I might sell the platinum and buy gold back. But I would rather be a little diversified than have all my eggs in one basket. So mostly silver, then gold, then platinum, then palladium. And I don't do diamonds at all. I will do other stones like opals and what's the green one? I'll do semi-precious stones, but I won't buy them. If I get them, I'll hold on to them. Platinum went up a little bit. Well, that's good. Yeah, I know you don't usually get palladium, but yeah, I'm not. I don't have. I've only got 1 ounce of gold, one AGE, and I bought that 20 years ago. Should have bought more, but I didn't. I think that was at $800 or $1,000, something like that. I don't know when it was. It was years ago anyway. I bought one, and everything I've gotten since then have been 10th ounces or grams or half grams. So, I mean, I have like what 6, 8 ounces of gold here, but it's all just that 1 ounce, and then the rest of it is in 10th ounces or grams. So, and you got a buffalo. Yeah. Well, I only have 1 ounce of gold too, and that's an AGE. I don't have, but I'd like to have a buffalo, but because buffaloes are 4/9 fine, right? They're not like AGEs that are 22 karat. Buffaloes are 24, aren't they? Or are they 22 karat too? Yeah, I thought they were 24, just like maples. And that's the reason I like maples. It's not that AGEs don't have 1 ounce of gold, and they do. It's just that they have other stuff in there with it. So I have them, the 10th ounces, simply because they're government, U.S. government coins, numismatic coins. But I like maples better. Um, any other gold coin that's 24 karat numismatic, I like better than eagles. But I have eagles simply because it's the coin of the realm. You know what I mean? Pandas, I think I have a panda 100 or 1/20th. Oh, through a half ounce. Oh, you went up to half ounce. I think I might have 1/2 ounce coin gold. If I have anything small, bigger, it would be 1/4 ounces. I have a few 1/4 ounces, but mostly 10th. I maybe have 5 or 6 1/4 ounces, but I maybe 1/2 ounce, maybe one. I'd have to look, but well, yeah, you wear. I have one gold necklace, and that's 14 karat. It's a little 14 karat, 1 gram bar. I can't even tell you which bar it is. Made into a necklace, and so I bought a 14 karat gold chain for it, and I will wear that one with my Sunday go to meeting clothes. But other than that, no. And I have one sterling silver necklace, which is I've showed you guys that is my Freak Brother necklace. Yes, I am a Freak Brother. 2491 is my number. And all of you skydivers out there know what a freak brother is. All of you old skydivers know what a freak brother is. All you younger skydivers do not have any clue who the freak brothers were or what the numbers are. So, but I have that freak brother necklace, and that was made by Basha Jalanka. And I don't know which country she came from, but she was one of my buddy's wives. And he died, and I still have her as a friend on Facebook. She's still around. Basha is still around. And I think my wife bought it from her and gave it to me as a gift. So, because it was a big deal back in the day, skydiving, to become a freak brother. So I'm a freak brother. And the freak brothers are gone now. And the people running the drop zone is his son, Roger's son. So, yep. I would like to have seen that tradition carried on with his son, but I don't think they did. I think it died with Roger. But, hey, it is what it is, man. I ain't getting any younger, so. No, I wouldn't wear an ounce. Even if you put it in a bezel and it looked like a really nice necklace, I wouldn't wear that. I can't see how some of these guys will wear, God, it looks like a pound of gold chains around their neck. I have no clue how they wear that shit. That would bother the hell out of me. I guess I am going to go in and to the dentist here next month. I think it's on the 3rd. I have to have a temporary cap taken off and put on a permanent cap. And I think I'm going to get a gold one. I think I'm going to get a gold one. Because when I die, I'm going to get cremated. So there ain't going to be too much left of me except ashes. But when they cremate you, your teeth are still left. And so I will let my wife know that when she cremates me that there is gold in my mouth, because there's gold in her mouth too. So you going to be bailing? Okay, well then we'll shut this off at an hour and a half, and we'll be done with this. I think that's what you mean, bailing. I don't think you said balling. Going to be balling. I think you said you're going to be bailing. All right. Big baller. Oh, are you talking about the chains around the neck kind of thing? Is that what you're talking about? Maybe I mistook. Maybe I mistook what you wrote there. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I got to hold my glasses up. I just went into the VA. I had my annual eye exam, and my left eye's gotten a little worse. And he said, "Yeah, you got cataract starting, but not a big deal yet." I said, "Yeah, I know. My grandma had cataracts, and she had to have them taken off when she was 80 some years old because she couldn't see." And I said, "Yeah, I figure I'm going to get them too." But they said, "Well, we're going to, you like your frames?" I said, "Yeah, the frames are okay. They're a little heavy when I got headphones on and it's pressing into my ear." But I said, "It's not a big deal because I have," where the hell is it? Oh, here. I got my old ones, the old plastic framed ones. I can put them on. They're a lot lighter and they don't cut into your ear as bad. So I'll just wear them when I'm wearing headphones. These are okay, except I think the transition from the bifocal is a little low because the glasses will slip down and they'll move an eighth of an inch down. All right. So when you want to read something, you got to push your glasses up and you got to adjust your glasses like this. So I think the transition is just a little bit too low. So they measured everything. Yeah, they're going to send me new glasses. We'll see how they work. We'll see how they work. What the hell else? Oh yeah, waiting for the glasses. I got a dental appointment coming up. I think I might get a gold tooth. I don't know if you get if you. I told my wife if she goes before me, I'm pulling her teeth out. We'll take her to the coroner's office or morgue, wherever they go here. I think they just go to the funeral home. And we're going to take her teeth out. Could I do it? No. I'll have the morgue guy do it. I mean, I could do it, but I really wouldn't feel good about doing it. I could do it, but I'll have the morgue guys do it and clean them off, put them in a little bag for me, and I'll keep the gold. I don't know. It's a good idea, isn't it? I think so. My wife has got so much gold in her mouth because when she was a student at the University of Iowa, they have a dental school there, a dentistry school, and she would go in and have the dentistry students work on her teeth because it was free. Why not do it if you're a student? And you're living on little shit, a little bit of money anyway. So anything that's free is good. So she would go into the dentistry school and have them work on her teeth, dentistry students, and she'd have the gold crowns or caps put on, and it didn't cost her shit. So I said, I'm taking your teeth out when you die. The gold's not going in the ground. And so I think I'm going to have this. Yeah, there's one tooth here on the bottom. See, I had all of my chewers, my wisdom teeth, and a couple of the molars taken out. Top, bottom over here. The only row of teeth that are still whole is this row over here. And I even have that wisdom tooth in on this one. And one of the molars got so bad that he wanted to pull it. My local dentist wanted to pull it. I said, no, I've lost enough chewers. We're going to do a root canal on that. So he sent me over to the dental surgeon in Mason City, and he did the root canal and came back. And he said, you got a temporary cap, get it replaced within a year and a half. Okay, very good. So it's been about a year, so I'm going to go and have it replaced. But I don't have many chewers left in my mouth anymore. And it's one of the reasons why I don't chew a lot of gum, or I have to chew gum and not open my mouth at all because I'll bite the inside of my lips on the front because your teeth just aren't in the same place as they used to be. So that's one of those things. Really, you got one wisdom tooth that never broke the surface yet? Holy crap, dear. Why not? Does it have room to come in? See, when I first got not the first time, the second time I got out of the Army, it was in 1983. Because I went in 75, stayed till 78. I got out. I was in the inactive reserve for a year and a half. I joined an active reserve unit for 6 months. Then I re-enlisted in the active Army. At the end of that enlistment, you have to go through and clear post. You have to clear CIF, or the Central Issue Facility. You have to clear medical facility. You have to clear a dental facility. You have to clear all these places and have them sign off on this piece of paper. And then the last thing you do is you clear your company when you turn in your bedding and sheets and all that shit. You turn in your room key. I went to the dentist and he said, we're going to pull all those wisdom teeth out. And I say, oh, wait. Is there anything wrong with them? No, not wrong. I said, do they have room? He said, yeah, they got room. He said, but they're going to have to come out later in life anyway, so you might as well have them take it out now for free. And nah, we'll wait. Sign off the paper. So he signed off the paper, and out we go. Well, little did I know, 50 years later, is he 83? 93, 93, 2003, 2023, 25 years later, I had to have them out. So had too much space? No such thing as too much space. Because you come right up to the corner of your jaw at that point. Unless your other teeth are so small and they were so close together that those back teeth maybe had enough room back there. I don't really understand dentistry, but really, I didn't know that. I still got one wisdom tooth in right back here. All the rest of them are gone, but it was because they were, they're the furthest ones back. They're the ones that don't get brushed the most, or they don't get cleaned in between the most. So usually they're the ones that will get a cavity first, and they'll usually just take them out as a matter of course. So the other teeth have enough room and blah, blah, blah. That takes care of a lot of problems up front with pushing teeth together. But if they got enough room, they're already through, there's nothing wrong with them, there's no sense taking them out, unless there's something wrong with them. But if they got enough room, there's nothing wrong with them, then leave them in. What the hell? I don't understand that, but I'm not a dentist. I don't know shit. That's just my opinion, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know. And anything I say about investing or coins or anything like that is just my opinion. It's not financial advice, blah, blah, blah. Anything I say about guns, well, I can say something about guns. I am a gunsmith, so I can say something about guns. And I won't get sued. What else do I talk about? Cats and dogs? Man, I'm not a trainer. You can't sue me for that. So, whatever. I'm not a dentist, but and any advice I give you on dentistry is just my opinion. But my my opinion on anything is, if it's not causing you a problem, leave it the fuck alone. I mean, would you go in and have surgery on something if it's not causing a problem? Oh, that's right. A lot of people do that. They go in and get their breasts done, their butt done, their vagina done, their penis done, their lips, their eyes, their cheeks, their, oh, fuck. People are so stupid. And in all actuality, if you can go in and have cosmetic surgery done on all that stuff, you have way too much money and not enough to worry about. That's my opinion. But you be the same ones. Those people be the same people that are bitching about Trump's tariffs because stuff is going to get more expensive. Oh, quit spending your fucking money on getting your butt lifted or your vagina renewed or your lips fucking collagened or, fucking people are so fucking stupid sometimes. Common sense has to be one of the most expensive and precious commodities there is. And I've done some stupid shit too. Believe me, I'm still paying money for one of my stupid decisions. But to be fair, I got fucked by the court. Anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I'm still I have made some stupid decisions too. And usually I have to pay for them one way or another. But when it comes to mutilating my body and paying somebody to mutilate it for me so that I can look a certain way or be a certain thing, then that is fucking stupid. Just freaking stupid. Common sense has left the building. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do for you, Mrs. Coin Crew. I know you're working. I know you're listening. And I can be entertaining at times. I can be entertaining at times. I can get preachy at times. I'm starting to get preachy. So what I guess we'll do is we'll just try to lighten the mood a little and take this to 2 hours. We got 15 minutes or so. And maybe we'll quit it before that, but I'll try not to be too preachy. Yeah, I do. I get preachy at times, but no, my brother was here Monday. Brother Brian is my youngest natural brother because I have my dad died when I was 8. You guys know that. I'm the second oldest in the family. My oldest brother was 10 at the time, and my dad died in a VA hospital, had cancer. Yeah, he's a Korean War vet, 33 years old. 7 children. The youngest one was just born. That would have been Brian, my youngest brother. And so he comes over. My mom got remarried to a guy. My stepdad, Will. My mom's dead, but Will's still in a nursing home over where my wife works. So she can look in on him. And of course, with all the other people that come. I have 2 stepbrothers and 2 stepsisters. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 children in our family. I tried to talk my mother into having 12, but she wouldn't hear of it because my stepdad got what he wanted. He got his oldest as a boy, Ray. Then he had a girl, Janet. Then he had another boy, Ronnie. And then he had another girl, Judy. So he got 2 boys and 2 girls. That's what he wanted, evidently. And so there's 11 of us. Anyway, Brian comes over every morning. He is works for the County Conservation Commission. So he has Mondays off. I think I explained this before. So he works 4 to 10, but a lot more hours than that because during the summer when parks are open, he's on call 24/7, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he comes over Monday morning. We have coffee, sit outside, smoke, and talk. And we have all of the And well, he's a big Trump supporter. Very conservative. And I gotta add that he was married once, had a child, Josh, and Natasha. Got divorced, then lived with another gal. I don't think he ever married her. Formally married her, but they had another child together, Elisa, and they separated, and then he married another gal, and she was a divorcee and had 2 kids of her own, girls, Steph and Tara. And now he has grandchildren by Josh. He has grandchildren by step grandchildren by Tara and Steph. So yeah, he's got, and Tara was living with him for a while with her kids. I think she's got her own place now again. But he comes over, and he's very conservative. But you would look at that life and you would think, no, not very conservative. You think more liberal, but no, he's not. And a big Trump supporter. So all the Trump stuff that I get, coins or rounds or whatever, I usually just either give or sell to him. Like the silver I'll sell, the copper I give, paper I'll give, stuff like that. But no, he's not. I'm not gonna lose money, or not much anyway. So he was over Monday, and we were talking about stuff and about Trump tariffs and this and that, and Russia and China and Ukraine, and he has a certain opinions, and he does not do, as young as he does not do YouTube, Facebook, or any other shit. He lets his wife do that, and then he just forms opinions about stuff, with people he talks to, what his wife tells him, what Tara tells him, what stuff, what his son Josh says. Natasha was his daughter, natural daughter, was a Navy vet. She was in the Navy. I kind of talked her into going into the Navy or the Air Force, and she went in the Navy, and she committed suicide in an abusive relationship, and blah blah blah, and her ship was dry docked, and yeah. Anyway, so we sit and we talk, and because I peruse a lot of YouTube, and I don't watch news on TV anymore. Most of my news comes from the internet, and so that's where I base a lot of my opinions. And so we'll sit out there and we'll talk, and we'll share opinions back and forth, and that's the way people should interact, without getting mad, without getting stuck in your fucking opinion. Be able to change your mind when presented with evidence to the contrary of what you believe, and it makes sense. Have the ability to change your mind. And We sit out there and we talk for an hour, hour and a half, couple hours. And then he's got to go do shit, and I got to go do shit, Like I'll have to run to the post office. He'll have to go. He's got an appointment someplace or whatever. Because usually that's a day off. His day off is when he goes and does his appointments, doctor appointment, dentist, whatever. So one of the things we were talking about Monday was common sense and how it seems to have become a stranger to the people in this country for some reason. People are so into their own lives, making money, paying the bills, supporting the family, buying the food, just all that day-to-day living stuff, and they struggle with their budgets and whatever, that no one pays attention to what's going on in the government, and they haven't for the last 50 years or 60 years. And you can see that by the amount of debt that we have, the amount of corruption and graft that's being shown to the American public by the Doge Committee. And it's showing us how crooked most of these politicians are. Well, how do we prevent that in the future? Well, we have to change some laws. That's one thing. We have to do it. We have to change some laws. And if that means holding a constitutional convention, we have to do that. We have to get rid of every politician who even has the slightest whiff of corruption. They have to go out the door, no more. There can't be any more money in politics. So all of the underhanded stuff from lobbyists, and that has to go away. And any politician that leaves office cannot become a certified lobbyist for 10 years after they leave office. Or they can't work for a defense contractor for 10 years after they leave office. Just can't do it. And those laws have to be changed. The laws where they can invest in stocks, that has to change. Them and their immediate family members cannot trade and invest in stocks. That all has to be done through a trust or some other entity, but they can't have control of that. They just can't. Too much chance for corruption. Same thing with USAID and how that money gets split out. Nobody has any idea where that money goes. There's no paper trail, nothing, and nobody cares. Nobody digs. Is there any investigative journalists out there anymore? Any investigators that will follow the money? Well, nobody's been doing that until the Doge Committee. And now they're hated because they're taking away jobs. Those fucking jobs never should have existed in the first place. Same thing with the Department of Education. The federal government never should have had any say in how education goes or what is taught in school. That should have all been stayed at the state level. Should have all stayed at the state level. The same thing with abortion. Should have all stayed at the state level. That Roe versus Wade decision was bad fucking law. Actually, it wasn't law. It was just a Supreme Court decision. That's all it was. It wasn't never law, never federal law. It was a Supreme Court decision. So what did they do? They gave it back to the states where it should have been in the first fucking place. Same thing with education. Same thing with a lot of these programs. Should be state-run programs. The federal government should never have anything to do with it. But people do not follow that or have an opinion about it. If they do have an opinion, it's what somebody told them. Yeah, well, maybe do a little bit more investigating. but people don't have time or they don't have the interest. You know, back in the day, and I equate the internet to taverns back in the day, back at the founding, because you would go to a tavern and you would talk about politics and you would talk about religion and you would talk about all of these things that mattered to the country. Well, now we do it on YouTube or we do it on the internet, Rumble, all these others. And you have misinformation, you have disinformation, you have honest and good opinions, and you have to weigh all that, just like you would at a tavern if you were talking to different people. But my point is that is what we talked about then. What we talk about now are football scores and who's trading who to what team and how much money they're making and the Kardashians and the pimple popper and all this stupid fucking shit on TV. And now you're starting to find it on the internet too. Just a fucking bunch of crap to keep you entertained and your mind off of thinking about the things that matter. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping you distracted. Quit being distracted. Start fucking paying attention to what's going on. Well, the pimple popper is nasty, yes, but I had this lipoma underneath my right side here that was a big son of a bitch. And my wife said, yeah, they do that on the pimple popper because she watches fucking TV. I don't. And she said, watch this episode. So I watched it and I saw how they did it. Oh, okay, that's what they're doing. That's what it is. And so when I went into the doctor to have that done, I understood what, and the doctor said, we're going to have to put you out. And I said, why? I said, on TV, on the pimple popper, they just do local and they take it out. And he said, yes, but if you move in the slightest, and we're cutting, he said, that wouldn't be a good thing. So, no, we didn't film it. Yeah, I probably could get 1 million views that way. I don't get 1 million views like this, they tell you that. But I found out about the procedure. I found out what they were going to do because it affected me. Okay. The stuff they do in Washington, the stuff they do in your state legislature also affects you on a daily basis. Not just one time, like taking out a lipoma, but for the rest of your life. It affects you every day. So why wouldn't you be interested in that and do some research in it? And that's what we were talking about. So, yeah. Yeah, we're at 1 hour and 58 minutes, and I think I'm going to say my goodbyes and just get more interested in stuff that affects your life. You know, the Kardashians don't affect your life. Sports don't affect your life. That kind of shit doesn't affect your day-to-day living. It does not affect your life. What happens in your state legislature, what happens in your local governments, your city and county, state, the federal government, that affects your life on a daily basis. You should be paying more attention to that. Pay attention to what's happening overseas because that will eventually affect your life also. I don't know, man. I don't see a whole lot of hope for this country unless our political system turns around and people start paying fucking attention. And the only way it's going to turn around is if people pays attention. So, all right, that's what I got. I'm going to go, guys. We will see you later. Peace out.